marks. Today, I'm going to tell you about editing marks. What are they? It's like a language. They are symbols that help you, as a reader, know what you have to do. For example, as a teacher, if I mark 3 lines under a letter, that is telling you, look at that word and it needs capitalization. Let me show you how editing marks are used. This is an example of how we use editing marks. Let's read this sentence. Mark and I went to Ballhouse School. What does it mean? As an editor, I notice that it needs capitalization. How should I correct my work? This is the way to do it. Insert 3 lines under each word that needs capitalization. Mark, a proper name. I, the pronoun, is always capitalized. Ballhouse School. It's a name of a particular school and it is capitalized. This is an example of how to use the 3 lines to indicate capital letter. When using editing marks, you can tell the reader that they must insert punctuation. For example, the 2 sentences here need punctuation. To be specific, they need commas. Let's read the first example. When I was absent, she gave a quiz. This is a complex sentence and I know that I must separate the dependent clause, when I was absent, from the independent clause, she gave a quiz, with a comma. Let's do that now. Let's insert a comma where it belongs. Open triangle, comma where it goes. The next example is, I need to buy papers, notebooks, and markers. This is a series, and we must place the commas where they belong. I need to buy papers, comma, insert a comma, notebooks, comma, and markers. This is an example of using editing marks with inserting commas. I am going to show you now how to use editing marks to insert an end punctuation or a period. Let's look at the first example. He needs to practice his spelling words. This is a declarative sentence. It needs a period. So let's insert the period. How do we do this? Well, we do a circle and insert that end punctuation. The second example, Dr. Smith is coming to our school. I need to do 2 periods here. The first one after the abbreviation, and the second one at the end of the statement. This is how we use the editing marks to insert periods or end punctuation. Remember, you could also insert a question mark. Are you my friend? I need a question mark, so I insert it inside a circle. The same goes for exclamation marks. Be sure to use these editing marks. Now, how can I use editing marks to correct spelling? It is very easy. If I am looking at a paper and I see a spelling mistake, all I do is I circle the words that need revision. You must then look them up in the dictionary to see how they are spelled correctly. In this sentence, my aunt worked at my school, there are 3 errors. The first one, aunt, it is misspelled. The second one, work, I need the S. My aunt works, subject-verb agreement. And finally, school. it is misspelled. It's S-C-H-O-O-L. So when you see your work with circles, that means look them up. They are misspelled. This is a great way of using editing marks. Now let us look at this example. I said no to my teacher. I look at it and I see something funny. What is it? I capitalized the word teacher, and teacher is a common noun. It must not be capitalized. So how do I do it? I just do a diagonal line on top of the letter that should be in lowercase. In this case, teacher. This means that teacher should be in lowercase. Be sure to use editing marks. We need to use editing marks as a community of writers. I'm going to show you one editing mark that is oftenly forgotten. It's the new paragraph, the indent symbol. In this example, we have a dialogue. He said, "I'm sorry." She added, "Me too." Remember that when writing a dialogue, if somebody else speaks, you must start a new paragraph. You must indent. So in this case, the teacher would put an editing mark for new paragraph to indent. It goes like this. That means that here a new paragraph starts. This is the symbol for paragraph. Let's look at this example and use editing marks. The ant is both powerful and small. It can send anyone to the hospital. People are bitten, stung, and scared by them. Ants are beneficial too. Let's see how we can correct this student's work. The ant is both powerful. This is misspelled. And small. The end of a sentence. Insert a period. It can send anyone to the hospital. Lowercase. People are bitten, stung, and scared. I must insert those commas in a series. Ants are beneficial too. First word, it should be capitalized. And again, this is a new idea. Do the editing mark for new paragraph. Now it's your turn. Practice with your next writing. Use editing marks.